Okay, something that I forgot to mention is that this is the Ubuntu KUbuntu 14.04 desktop version. Because it's a desktop version, we will have to install quite a number of server daemons, server software in here. So bear with me, we will have to do a few extra steps in here. Um, let's one text editor that I'm going to use throughout this video that I find that is very useful is Vim, is the VI improved. And to install it, I have installed it already, but I just want to show you what is the command. So apt-get install Vim. Good. It has the newest version already installed. Another utility that we are going to use is what is called a Tasksel, and for that I have it installed again. I have it, but I'm just going to show you what the command is to do the installation. So sudo apt-get install Tasksel. And it's already installed. So let's start using Tasksel. Sudo Tasksel. Tasksel is a utility that allows us to do a full package installation of servers and other type of software. In our case, we need to have the basic Ubuntu server installed, so we're going to press the spacebar here, and also we're going to install the OpenSSH server. Press the spacebar here, tab and spacebar to press OK. This might take a few seconds or minutes to complete, so let me pause the video until it's finished. Okay, so Tasksel has finished its job. Again, that was the installation of the basic server plus the installation of OpenSSH server. Okay, now we are going to go with the installation of Webmin. For that we have to edit the sources.list file, so apt utility is able to find the repository for Webmin. So to edit the sources.list we have to do a sudo vim. The file is etc apt sources.list. Good. This is the Vim utility. To use it we have to press the insert key if we want to edit. So insert has been pressed. Now we have to go to the very last line and add this extra line in there. So we say dep http www.webmin.com. Oh, sorry, I have to say download. Press escape if we finish editing, and to exit right in the program, the file, we press the colon, right, quit, press enter. Excellent. Now we have to download the key for Webmin, and to do that we do a sudo wget http www.webmin.com, and the key is jcameron key.asc. Press enter and the key has been downloaded. Now we have the repository and we have the key. We have to add the key to that list, so we do a sudo apt key add jcameron-key.asc, and it says that it's okay. And to incorporate all this new information into the apt utility, we do a sudo apt get update. This might take a few seconds, hopefully not too long. Let me pause the video just in case. I don't want it to drag too long here. Okay, very good. The apt get update has finished, and now we have to we're still doing the process of installing Webmin software. One last thing before we actually install Webmin is put some server daemons in place. Maybe some of those server daemons have been installed when we did the Tasksel basic server installation, but we want to be 100% sure that it's actually installed, so we're going to do a sudo apt get, and the first one is bind9, which is for the DNS server, so we go ahead and install it. Sorry, I forgot to say install, sorry about that. Install. Apparently bind9 was not installed by the basic server, so it's a good thing that we double checked that. Very good. So that was the installation of bind9. Now we're going to go ahead and do the installation of Perl. Apparently Perl has been already installed with the latest version, so we're good. Now the next package is OpenSSL for secure socket layer connection. Seems like it was installed already, so that's fine. So also we want to install the DHCP server, and the software is installed by typing isc DHCP server. Good. Apparently this was not installed by the basic server, so it's a good thing that we are double checking and doing the installation now. Very good. Now we are ready to install Webmin. Good. This might take a few seconds, but I don't want to pause the video now because there are a few lines of code that I want to, not code, but lines of output that I want to show you. Apparently it's going to take a few seconds. Well, basically what I wanted to show you is by the end of all this installation is part of the installation that Webmin is going to do a basic configuration of itself. It's a very basic setup. The next part of the video we will go inside Webmin and customize it even more to serve our purposes. So let me pause the video. Okay, so it was a good thing that I paused the video because this installation took much longer than I expected, but in any case it's finished now. What I wanted to show you is this, that basically all the time that it was spending was setting up the Webmin, and after a few minutes said that Webmin installation was completed, and the way to log in to Webmin is by using HTTPS secure connection /UBUNTU through port 10,000. /UBUNTU is the machine name, so what I'm going to use in our examples is localhost, which is exactly the same. And we can either log in as root or any user that has the capability of doing a sudo, which in my case is my own user, Victor. Good. Let's do it clear here. One thing before we dive into Webmin, I forgot to mention is that because we're going to be using two network cards that are going to be connecting, bridging with each other, we have to modify something in the sysctl conf file. To do that is sudo vim etc sysctl.conf insert to make modifications, and the line that we want to look for is this one. So it says here, and comment the next line to enable packet forwarding for IPv4. That's exactly what we need, so we're going to make that modification. Escape, right quit, and we're out. Another thing that we have to do before we dive into Webmin is make a modification for the network interfaces. Remember that I show you the interfaces that we have available, but they are not reflected in the actual file that is going to be read by Webmin, and that file is this one. So for instance, if I do a cat etc network interfaces, we see that we have only the loopback showing. We want to show also ETH0 and ETH1, and I'll show you how to make the proper modification of that file. So let's go ahead and do a sudo vim etc network interfaces. Good. Insert to make modifications. We go to the last line and we make this comment. The following lines are going to be for the wide area network card, and that network card is going to be automatically loaded, and that card is going to be the ETH1. If you remember, ETH1 is the one that is directly connected to my internet gateway. The next line is going to be interface ETH1 INET DHCP. That means that the address for the card is going to be accepted from the DHCP server. So its address is going to be dynamically allocated. We're finished with ETH1. Next line is going to be for ETH0, which is going to be the LAN facing network card. And similarly, we are going to say automatically loaded ETH0 iFace ETH0 INET. In this case, it's going to be a static address that we are going to define here. So we say address 10.1 10.1. Then we say netmask. I believe, yes, netmask. It's going to be 255, oh, sorry. Zero. Broadcast 10.1 10.255 and network 10.1 10.0. Good. Looks good. Escape to finish editing. Colon, right, quit. And we're done. Next part of the video is going to be diving into Webmin itself, but for that, I think it's a good point in the sequence to make a pause.